Jay Royston jokes at Sussexes Riff at Harry's MGN testimony, ruining Meg's rebrand strategy. Prince Harry told the judge that a tabloid story about him having glandular fever led to him being teased endlessly at school, but he has revealed private details about a member of his own family, including his niece, Princess Charlotte, in his best-selling book. The Duke of Sussex is suing MGN newspapers for alleged phone hacking and issued a 55-page witness statement in which he denounced disturbing stories in the publisher's UK titles. The Mirror Group, of course, denies phone hacking. The prince gave the British media both barrels, asking how much more blood will stain their typing fingers before someone can put a stop to this madness. The articles in his complaint date from 1996 to 2010, before Harry quit as a working royal. However, nowadays he is not only the subject of news stories, but also the author of bombshell allegations, including in his book Spare. The memoir was the fastest-selling in history, and its dramatic revelations reached a global audience of millions via news stories and social media posts, in addition to the record-breaking sales figures. His words, therefore, may well have reached an audience far larger than the UK-focused newspapers he's criticizing. That means that Harry is meting out the same type of treatment that he got from the press to members of his own family, though, of course, there is nothing to suggest the prince has engaged in any of the illegal practices he has accused MGN of. Harry's witness statement to the court, however, issues a damning indictment of the impact the coverage had on his life, even before he came to believe the information was obtained illegally. For example, a 2002 Mirror story about him getting glandular fever, known as the kissing disease, left him miserable. It's one of those infections that had a huge stigma attached to it when you're younger, which is exactly what the article itself is playing on, and the impact to me was huge. Whenever anyone got it while we were at school, they would be teased endlessly whenever people knew, and this article made sure the whole country knew about my diagnosis. The whole school seemed to know. No one would go near me, and I was a bit of a laughingstock. I felt miserable. The timing of the article was also really horrible. There is a right to privacy in relation to medical information, and Harry no doubt has every right to ask for sympathy if he proves his case. However, his account of the emotional impact the story had on him asked serious questions about his own revelations in his book. In Spare, he revealed that Princess Charlotte cried when she tried on her bridesmaid's dress for the first time, publicizing her private emotional experiences when she was aged just 3. He wrote, "Charlotte's dress is too big, too long, too baggy. She cried when she tried it on at home." That's what Kate said. The Mirror journalist could not have known whether Harry could have been relentlessly teased about glandular fever, and Harry cannot know whether Charlotte will be teased about her bridesmaid's dress. But in both cases, private details were published irrespective of the potential impact on children at school. Harry's interpretation of the motives of journalists was at times challenged, including in relation to a story about the breakup of his relationship with ex-Chelsea Davy.